Next on Paranormal, caught on camera. An investigator in Minnesota
Are there any spirits over here?
comes face to face with the ghosts of a haunted graveyard.
Whoa, what the
I was just frozen.
Next on Paranormal, caught on camera. An investigator in Minnesota
Are there any spirits over here?
comes face to face with the ghosts of a haunted graveyard.
Whoa, what the
I was just frozen. I was like, what am I seeing? What is happening?
A young boy is terrorized in his own kitchen by a disembodied voice.
I instantly got chills. I started freaking out. I'm the mom.
A group of mysterious lights
It looks like a constellation that just keeps opening,
Opening and closing.
hover over a couple on a Texas highway.
The more I looked at it, the more I started realizing this is not what you normally see around here at all.
And even more paranormal footage you have to see to believe.
I've seen some really creepy stuff, but nothing like this.
As the final resting place of the dead, many believe graveyards to be a hotspot of paranormal activity. But what some might find surprising is that the source of these hauntings may actually come from the living, who, in seeking out connection, can empower the dead to make an appearance. And if you want proof, consider the case of one paranormal investigator in Minnesota, whose visit to a local cemetery
Are there any spirits over here?
appeared to bring something back to life. August 2024, in Roseville, Minnesota.
Hello?
Paranormal investigator Ian Crandall is exploring the Roselawn Cemetery, a graveyard with a spooky reputation.
There's definitely a very creepy atmosphere out here right now.
My name is Ian, and I am the person who filmed this video. I really wanted to check out the Roselawn Cemetery for quite a while. This place is reported as one of the most haunted cemeteries in Minnesota, and I wanted to see it for myself.
Are there any spirits over here?
Locals have reported hearing banging sounds and cries of help, and when they call the police, they see no one. There is no one inside.
When people go to a cemetery, it's not a happy occasion. There's a lot of tears, a lot of sorrow, people burying their dead, funerals, gatherings, people coming out there to mourn.
What starts happening is all of this energy is just being funneled into that space. So if there was something there to begin with, or even if there wasn't, now there is. Now there's just all of this consolidated effort and attention and intention, and we start to see way more stuff happening, and it becomes really this self-fulfilling event.
And for Ian, that self-fulfilling event
Holy crap.
happens very soon after arriving. Watch closely as Ian approaches a mausoleum.
Whoa, what the
Watch again as a statue of an angel slowly turns itself towards Ian.
Whoa, what the
I was just frozen. I was like, what am I seeing? What is happening? And I almost just didn't believe it.
Do you see that?
But my camera captured it. So how do you explain that?
Whoa, what the?
That moment was super, super creepy. Like this, to me, this is really kind of the ultimate thing to capture on camera.
It's literally shifting its position. And of course, Ian's reaction is very justifiable. That's a very intense thing to see.
Oh, God. Okay. Hello?
I gotta hand it to this investigator. He was pretty brave to go right up to this statue that had just sort of moved to acknowledge him.
But Ian does more than just go up to it.
Since you moved that angel statue just now, would you be able to move it again?
What?
When it moved again on command, blew me away. Whatever was there, it was interacting, and it was very real.
Not only can you see the statue turning, you can hear it.
What?
And it's a cement statue, and it appears rather weighty. So it's actually the sound of cement on concrete just grinding as it turns.
Ian is freaked out. But with so much activity, he has no intention of leaving.
I don't know if it's a good idea for me to go in there. Damn, am I curious.
He heads into another mausoleum right next door.
Hope you don't mind coming in, okay? I'm getting a really eerie feeling in here, guys.
Watch again. As a vase on the floor of the mausoleum slides directly at Ian.
I'm not sure why the vase moves so violently. Perhaps the deceased are not really that fond of having this investigator in their final resting place.
Or perhaps it's just the opposite.
I don't necessarily see it as something ominous or dangerous, but more as inviting him to, maybe put some flowers in the vase, saying, hey, it's been a while since someone's visited me. You're here. Maybe you can come and put some flowers in this for me.
Maybe. But at this point, flowers are the last thing on Ian's mind.
When that vase slid towards me, fight or flight kicked in immediately, and I was booking it out of there.
I am not going back in there. No way.
There's no doubt in my mind that the Roselawn Cemetery is in fact haunted, and probably one of the most haunted cemeteries in Minnesota. I've seen it, I witnessed it. If I ever do go back there, I am definitely gonna be on high alert.
What?
Coming up, a young boy in Pennsylvania is terrorized by a disembodied voice. Ask any parent, and they'll tell you. Children have amazing imaginations. So when they think they've experienced something paranormal inside the home, it's only natural to take their story with a grain of salt. But if there's even a hint of possibility, it never hurts to look at your home security footage, just to double check. Because if you're anything like one mother in Pennsylvania, you may find that your child's tall tale is actually very, very real. April 2024. In Slatington, Pennsylvania. Toni Lowry is resting in her bedroom, having just woken up her kids before a typical school day. When something happens that is anything but typical.
I'm Toni.
I'm Zacchaeus.
And we were the ones who recorded the video. I have 5 kids, so I was getting them all ready for school, and Zacchaeus actually takes the bus. So he was getting ready for school after I woke him up, and he went to the kitchen to make something to eat before he got on the bus for school.
But Zacchaeus' food prep is interrupted by what he claims is a strange voice.
He came running up the stairs, bust through my door, ran all the way across my bed, and he was yelling and screaming that someone was in the house. I'm like, nobody's in here. Like, go get ready for school. You're gonna miss your bus. At that point, he got dressed, he finished whatever he was doing, and he walked out.
But after Zacchaeus leaves, something doesn't feel right to Toni. So she checks her home security camera footage of when Zacchaeus was in the kitchen.
Literally maybe 5 minutes after he walked out the door, I was like, let me just check my phone. Just out of curiosity, I'm like, let me just check my phone. And I look at my phone and you can hear it like clear as day.
Listen closely. Listen again. As Zacchaeus prepares lunch to bring to school, a voice from nowhere seems to ask him, "How did you find me?"
I instantly got chills. Like, I freaked out myself. I started freaking out. I'm the mom. Like, you can literally hear it says, "How did you find me?"
I heard it clearly. That's why I sprinted upstairs. I was terrified because I thought that there was someone in the house and that I was in danger. My first instinct was just to go through my mouth.
Like, it was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
This is the kind of clip that I live for on this show because it's unsettling, but also really captivating. We have this pretty clear set of words. And then a very believable response by this young boy.
After the kid hears the voice, it's over. You can see, it's palpable, the terror.
When you have sounds like rapping on the walls or you have an object move, there's a bunch of different variables there. But when you hear a disembodied voice, that gives it a lot more substance that you are dealing with something that is human or intelligent.
Intelligent enough to ask a very specific question.
There is something about this phrase, "How did you find me?" being so clear that really just ups the creepy factor on this one, because with this kind of stuff, with sounds, with EVPs, with voices, so often you really can't hear what was said. But in this instance, we all hear it. Everyone can hear exactly what's being said, and that's so rare and so weird.
It suggests that maybe the little boy opened the wrong cabinet and encountered something that was not wanting to be found.
Or, if you ask Toni, it's not the cabinet that was disturbed, but something else. A dollhouse left behind by the previous homeowners and moved a while ago.
It was like a vintage wooden dollhouse, and it was on the back porch when I moved here. It was creepy, and it was in good shape, but I was like, no, I'm gonna get rid of it. We moved the dollhouse all the way outside to the front from the back. That's when we started to see signs. Literally after that, that's when we started to have certain things going wrong within our house.
Can energy be attached to objects? Yes, absolutely. Can spirits? Well, if spirits are energy, then it's a resounding yes. If this dollhouse had some kind of meaning, had some kind of attachment, then it's possible that something is still with it, something remains.
And whatever that something is, Tony, Zacchaeus, and the rest of the family have decided that the best approach is simply to accept it.
I was trying to explain to people that it's nothing scary going on in my home for me to pack up everything and go. That was scary. Yes, it was scary for a moment, but then after that, nothing bad has happened. I know normally when stuff like that happens, it's something bad is happening. This one here, I believe, just felt free and came in peace.
Let's hope so. Coming up, a woman in South Carolina is stalked by a terrifying figure in a third-floor window. Many people have stories about witnessing potential supernatural phenomena. Some, of course, even capturing evidence on camera. But while seeing may be believing, there is perhaps no better confirmation that one is in the presence of the otherworldly than feeling it. Just ask one woman in South Carolina who saw something out of the ordinary and not only pursued it, but may have inadvertently walked right through it. May 2023, in Hardeeville, South Carolina. It's 6 a.m., and Madeline Tipton leaves her apartment building and heads to her car to drive to work, just like she does every weekday. But on this morning, something in an adjacent apartment building stops her in her tracks.
I'm Madeline Tipton, and I took this picture. I walk outside to pack up my car, and I get this feeling like I'm being watched. And so I take a look up and around just to see if any of my neighbors are there, and I can see this thing just kind of looking at me. And as I take a closer look, I can kind of see it's faceless, and there's like hair floating in the wind and like kind of this blob of a body. And I feel like it's looking at me, so I move my head to see if like it's alive, I guess, and it follows me with its head. And that's when I decide to take a picture.
Look closely. In the lower right-hand side of the large center window, a dark figure that appears to be staring directly at Madeline and freaking her out.
As I was looking at it, I thought it was very reminiscent of the girl from The Ring or the Grudge Girl, just in the fact that it had this long black hair.
This capture, this photograph is very unsettling. It's very creepy, it's very bizarre.
This was a solid form. It's not transparent or translucent. It fully blocks out whatever light might be coming from behind it.
The face has a different color to it, almost a white, but devoid of any type of features that you could normally see, like a nose or eyes.
That feeling, kind of being able to see it mimic my movements, gave me the thought, well, this is something sentient. And that's when I decided to go. I have to know. I can't just go to work now and not know what this is.
So instead of getting in her car and driving as far away as possible, Madeline walks toward the figure.
On my way to the apartment, I looked up one time just to make sure, and I could still see it there. I start up the first steps of the stairwell, and I feel fine. It's warm, it's spring out. And as I get to the top of that first stair, I just feel cold. And I just kind of start to feel a little bit nauseous. And as I start going up the second set of steps, I just feel like I'm about to vomit. I get up the last set of stairs, and there's just nothing there. That's when I truly began feeling scared, is because I get to this final moment of like, I'm going to figure this out, and it's just kind of nothing. There's no welcome mats, there's no trash bags, there's no trash cans, there's no people, there's nothing.
So, if no one was there, and there was no apparent reason for anyone to have been there, then what exactly did Madeline see? And why did she feel so ill?
I assumed it was something paranormal. I assumed it was a ghost, not necessarily something malevolent or, angry or anything like that. I viewed it more as just kind of like a standing spirit, just somebody that's kind of haunting a place that they might have been before.
There was obviously some sort of electromagnetic event in that space where that entity manifested that affected her physical self. And then she feels it, as a cold spot. So her skin on the exterior feels cold and then her interior feels nauseous. And that is telltale you just walked through some type of anomaly, like an energetic anomaly. To me, that validates your experience.
Validation or otherwise, Madeline was done trying to figure it out.
I immediately just left. I just ran down the stairs. I felt just completely going numb, just like I have work and I need to get to work and I don't really want to think about this anymore.
Madeline may have been terrified at the time, but as the months have passed, the primary feeling she has for this otherworldly experience is appreciation.
I think that the real paranormal doesn't really touch the world very often. So I think if you're able to get, an experience of it and it's not malicious, then it's something nice and it's, makes you feel special.
Coming up, is this bizarre seam in the sky evidence of a glitch in the Matrix? Advances in artificial intelligence are happening at an unprecedented rate. And while there are many benefits associated with these advancements, some are concerned that AI could be a threat to mankind. Not only putting jobs at risk, but perhaps one day becoming the dominant form of intelligence on Earth, and eventually controlling our every move. But when you think about it, who's to say something hasn't been controlling us all along?
I've seen some really creepy stuff, but nothing like this.
October 24th, 2024, Austin, Texas. Husband and wife Chris and Ashley are sitting in their car, waiting in an ATM line, when they see something in the sky that makes no sense. So Chris pulls out his phone and starts recording.
Everyone else is so obvious they don't even see it.
It's a long, vertical line in the sky, and it's unlike anything they've ever seen.
It looks like someone has taken a sword and just sliced the sky right down the middle like a piece of paper.
Come on. Truman Show.
It appears to be like a vertical crease in the sky itself, like a tear in the fabric of the atmosphere.
It's like something cut through it.
I mean, it'd have to be some really rare event naturally that's occurring that I've never seen or heard of, and it does kind of make you wonder what the hell is happening in the sky at this moment.
A man in Fresno, California, had a similar thought in February 2024. Fresno City Council member Luis Chavez is canvassing for votes in a neighborhood when he spots something very peculiar.
I've seen some really creepy stuff, but nothing like this. There's a palm floating right in the middle of the air.
The way this palm frond moves, or rather doesn't move, is rather strange. It does look like it's actually frozen as the world moves around it.
The palm tree clip made me mad because I'm like, why wouldn't you try to grab it? Like, I would have to try to grab it.
It's not attached to wires or anything like that.
Grab the palm tree. I need to understand what's going on because that... Who has ever seen anything like that before?
Wow. Only in Fresno.
Well, not only in Fresno. April 2024, Santa Maria, California. Married couple Ivy Collins and Nico Henley are walking down a hallway in their hotel when they see something bizarre in the parking lot from a window. And after a couple of minutes, Ivy takes out her phone and starts recording.
Wait, she's not moving at all.
That's what I'm saying. What is going on here?
A woman stands stock still in the parking lot and stays that way for minutes.
My name is Nico,
I'm Ivy.
and this is the video that we captured.
That's actually really concerning.
Very creepy. I don't know what's going on here. We were looking at it in awe at first and just like laughing, like, what is this lady doing? And then it got to a point to where she was standing there for an absurd long amount of time. No, seriously, this is a glitch, like. And so the first thing that came to my mind is like, this is like, are we really seeing like in person a glitch in the Matrix right now? Is no one noticing this? No, is no one seeing this? What is going on? Look, even
that's crazy.
It was weird that there were other people around her that didn't really notice. I mean, maybe because they were just walking past her and didn't notice that she was there for such a long amount of time, but yeah. I thought that was odd too.
According to Nico's calculations, the woman stands frozen like that for a total of 8 minutes before finally moving again.
What?
So, what might be causing these so-called glitches in reality?
These could be indicators that we are living in some sort of a fabricated reality. And we have some of our greatest minds that are echoing the same thing, that they do believe we're seeing signs that we're in something that seems to be generating some of these happenings. And the bigger question is, who's controlling it?
Unfortunately, we may never find the answer.
You know, we can't be so naive as to think we can grasp and understand creation, origin, infinite space, eternal time. We're not able to process these things. So even when we see these things and we kind of, it's all a simulation, maybe it is. But I don't know that it's anything to be terrified of, because maybe it's always been a simulation. It's how you define it that should, I guess, elicit your response.
That's actually really concerning.
Coming up, a couple in Texas is spellbound.
Look at how fast they're moving now. Look at how fast they're moving.
By a collection of floating lights.
Dude.
The meaning of unidentified flying object applies to anything that can't be immediately accounted for, man-made or otherwise. So, how does one truly know that they are witnessing something otherworldly? Perhaps the most direct method is by contrasting the unknown object or objects with something one knows to be man-made. Such was the case of one couple in Texas who could easily identify a passing plane.
That you can see is clearly a plane.
But not the mysterious lights hovering around it.
Look at how fast they're moving now. Look at them. Look at how fast they're moving.
January 19th, 2025. In Grandview, Texas. Brittany Peterson and Michael Probst are driving back home after dropping Brittany's son off at a babysitter when they spot something peculiar in the sky.
Down at the bottom, too.
We got 3 so far. Oh yeah, there's one way down there.
Yeah, and it was just up top.
In the distance, 4 bright lights floating in tandem. And Brittany and Michael are baffled.
Now they're so spread apart from each other.
My name's Brittany,
And my name is Michael.
and we filmed the video. I was kind of eyeballing them for about 5 minutes and just watching them to see if maybe they were planes. And then I was like, no, they're not acting like planes.
Usually I'm a little skeptical at first, and I try to, there's a reason that something's doing what it's doing. But the more I looked at it, the more I started realizing this is not what you normally see around here at all.
Dude.
What? And it was how they were acting that really,
Kind of blew our minds.
yeah, that's what we were getting so excited.
Yeah, literally, it looks like a constellation that just keeps opening and closing.
Opening and closing. Well, we're not seeing any of them come in for a landing or descent.
This is a pretty standard manifestation of what are classified as nocturnal lights, a kind of unidentified aerial phenomena that involve there being bright lights in the night sky in a way that has no explanation. They're not stars, they're not other celestial bodies, they're not known aircraft, they're not drones. These are objects moving often in what seem to be sort of purposeful ways, achieving different patterns and formations that stay present for a really sustained time.
More and more people are capturing this and in greater numbers. And a lot of times we're seeing these lights moving in groups like this, almost playfully, but they seem to be wanting to get our attention.
If that's what they want, they're certainly getting it with Michael and Brittany.
Dude.
Especially when another light appears beside the others.
They're just
chilling.
floating. There's another one that just popped up.
Yep, there's 5 now.
Dude.
As we kept observing it, and it kept changing how it was acting, that's when the excitement kicked up. Okay, maybe this is aliens we're seeing right now.
You see all these different anomalies in the sky, slightly different elevations, somehow working together, but not lights of one thing per se. If we're talking potential craft, this is not one craft, it's several, but they just seem to kind of be moving in a strange formation.
And when they notice yet another light coming in from the left, the otherworldliness of the first 5 objects becomes even more apparent.
What? 6. One of those.
Or is that a plane?
That one is a plane, though. That you can see is clearly a plane.
Well, we could obviously see what a plane looks like on her camera, and you could see the indicator lights. While it's flying past, it's not nearly as bright, and it's flying lower, and that seems to be a commercial craft. So it just goes to show that even if it was landing in a nearby airport, that's probably the trajectory of what a plane is going to look like and the direction it's going to go into while it's landing or taking off. So these other ones don't kind of seem to hang out or move within the same vicinity of all of that.
Like right
That
to left.
very top one, look at how bright that is.
Yeah. Got the brights on.
Look at it.
And then it goes away again.
After a full 10 minutes, the lights finally begin fading out,
Look at how fast they're moving now.
disappearing, one by one.
Look at how fast they're moving. That one just disappeared.
Yeah, now we're down to 3.
But for Brittany and Michael, the effects of seeing these objects in the sky is still very much on their minds.
Look at how fast they're moving. We still talk about this to this day.
Oh, yeah.
Even after that night, I think we stayed up for hours that night talking about it.
Yeah.
Dude, I went to work and told my coworkers about it. They all think I'm nuts. But then I showed them the video and they're like, okay, I can't really explain that. I'm like, yes.
I haven't a clue, my love. But I hope we're getting invaded.
Coming up, a man driving through a severe thunderstorm captures evidence of a mysterious creature. Bad weather can be an unexpected and often unpleasant part of life. At least for us mortals. Because there are some who believe that severe changes in the Earth's atmosphere, specifically thunder and lightning, can be a virtual playground for the paranormal. Entities like spirits, will-o-wisps, and even legendary avian behemoths using their large wingspans to create the thunder itself. Don't believe it? Just ask one man in Minnesota, who while driving through a severe thunderstorm, may have captured one of these entities in the act. August 2024, in Litchfield, Minnesota. Isaac Sackett is driving home from work during a thunderstorm. And it's so intense, he feels compelled to record it and send the videos to some long-distance friends. But when he finally re-watches one of the clips a few weeks later, something within the storm catches his eye. Did you see it? Watch again, in super slow motion, as Isaac pans his camera. A figure in the sky, dark, amorphous, and above all, terrifying.
I am Isaac Sackett, and I was the one to record the video. I don't really have any kind of idea on what this was. It's like no actual kind of like proper features to be identified because it's just all black. I noticed that it's like, just looks like it has like a normal head almost, but then everything kind of just splaying out.
This is like a horror film, driving down the highway, nighttime, pouring rain, lightning flashes, huge lightning flashes, thunder going on. And we're seeing what looks like some kind of large predatory bird of some kind.
I saw something a little bit more humanoid shaped, something with a head, something with a body underneath it. I think that's why my brain immediately went to witch flying through the air.
It wouldn't surprise me if like this was some sort of ethereal being. If it were to look at the man while he was shooting it, they would have red eyes. And I would have definitely been like, that's the Mothman.
Or perhaps it's something more related to the specific location of where Isaac captured the footage.
The area of the country where this was filmed, the northern Midwest, has long had legends and lore of giant birds, even going back to the times of Native Americans when they were referred to as thunderbirds.
The idea of the thunderbird, this creature that, comes to us from indigenous mythology and says, this is the creature that generates storms like this. The crack of thunder and the flash of lightning, this is the creature responsible for that phenomenon.
And according to one man who was visiting nearby Webb Lake, Wisconsin in 2005, the legendary cryptid is still fulfilling its responsibility.
The one sighting that the guy had was, it was a gigantic bird, 7 foot tall, a wingspan of 18 feet. I mean, this thing must have been huge.
For his part, Isaac, a self-described cryptid aficionado, believes it may not be a cryptid at all.
It looks more like this kind of like wispy phantom kind of looking thing. Because like I didn't see any kind of like really wing looking anything. It more so just looked like the rounded top. What you would expect from like a typical depiction of like a ghost or something.
All of that lightning and all of that energy has just got to be charging that area. And could that help a spirit manifest? Could they have glommed some of that energy off of this storm? We're left with a possibility.
Regardless, Isaac remains hopeful that the footage is the beginning of something extraordinary.
If I uncovered a new cryptid, that would be really cool. If it ends up becoming something, very Bigfoot-like or whatever, then obviously that would be interesting because I'd get the credit for discovering it.
What should you do in the event you witness something paranormal?
Truman Show.
Here are some tips to get it all on camera.
Look at how fast they're moving.
Check your footage, and then check it again. Be aware of the dangers lurking around you.
Whoa, what the?
Trust that what you're hearing really is something paranormal. And if you do catch something, email us at submitparanormal@gmail.com. Your footage could be seen right here on Paranormal Caught on Camera.